Are you ready to take your finances to the next level? Are you ready to learn what's not taught in schools regarding building generational wealth? If your answer is yes, welcome to the conversation. Let's talk income shifting. Let's talk cash flow management. Let's talk improving your credit score. Let's talk investing. Let's talk finance with Melissa and Tony.
Hey y'all see I'm gifting myself out today. Oh, not gifting myself for real, but yeah, I'm the gift today. Hey everybody, welcome back. Y'all, my partner, Spencer Clopton, flew the coop on me tonight. He actually out there in the big city of the big city of LA, out in the California, celebrating his baby's birthday. Y'all see how I rhymed it up? Yeah, I did it. So let me just shout out Tyler. Happy 16th birthday to you, Tyler. We have had a chance to watch these girls grow up, and it is amazing that Tony got a 16-year-old now. Ooh, and that makes me feel a little antsy because that means mine ain't too far behind. I'm not ready for 16. But anyway, in honor of it being her 16th birthday, I figured, it's been a while since we visited their website. Tony's daughter and my daughter started their own business during the pandemic when they were 10 years old and 12 years old. It's called Tie and Nye Essentials. So let me just let's go visit the website, because y'all know what? We still have hand sanitizer. Yes, we do. And it is still for sale. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna do this shameless plug before I, get to today's topic, just because it's Tyler's birthday and because we still have hand sanitizer. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can share my screen and we can go check out the website real quick if my computer don't kick me out. Y'all know I'm dealing with a very temperamental 2016 HP desktop. Some days it likes me, some days it doesn't. Let's see how it's feeling today. So let me see. Share screen. And then we're going to go to this page. There we go. Well, I hope there we go. Can y'all see it? Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Or at least I think here it comes. All right. So yeah, y'all go come and check it out. Check out Tie and Nye Essentials. It's Tie and Nye Essentials.com. So please feel free to go to the webpage and check it out. As you can see here, we have a fully serviced, fully running business where you can make orders and we will ship the order out to you. Okay. So it says here, CEOs, Tyler and Naya share information about their awesome hand sanitizer. So I'm going to check out everything. Hopefully it won't be temperamental.
You doing?
I am doing wonderful.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Tyler Clopton. I am 12 years old.
I am Nia Richards and I am 10 years old.
Okay, little ladies, how about your business?
We are selling hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah.
by Thai and
Nice essentials.
Okay, so what makes your sanitizer unique?
because it is sold by us children.
Where is it made?
It is made in the U.S. and it has 70% out.
9% of germs, and it has an amazing smell.
Okay, so how can we find out more?
Under Thai Night Essentials.
We also have a website, ChinaEssentials.com.
Interview. Do you have any last words for your customers?
I would just want to say thank you for your support.
You are helping us save the world in a small, big way.
All right, so now we can go over and if we go to About Us, you can check out some information about our little CEOs. And, their slogan is help save the world in a small, big way. So meet our chief executive officers, CEOs of Time Nice Essentials. We got Tyler, who at the time was 12, and that was 4 years ago, and Naya, who was 10. So, and there's just a little video if you guys want to check it out. It's got links for you to subscribe, like, and share on YouTube. Let me see. It says these two CEOs are starting their first business at ages 12 and 10. Please utilize them for your hand sanitizing needs. Please utilize them for your hand sanitizing needs. Again, please utilize them for your hand sanitizing needs. Okay. And then we have a page if you want to place an order where we have the different sizes. And, we have not done any updating to the prices. So with this being a holiday, we may be running some kind of special. You just never know. So here you can see the ingredients of the product. This is actually the different sizes. We have a gallon size, a 10 ounce, and an 8 ounce container. And then this is just, the girl's business card with the logo and the bottle. We accept PayPal, Venmo, and what else was there? Oh, I moved too fast. Okay, so here are where you can see the products and the price list. Feel free to go over there and check that out. And we have an area for reviews and testimonials. And what is the last page? Last page just tells you how to get in contact with us should you need any help. So, in honor of Tyler's birthday, why don't y'all go over there and buy 16 bottles of hand sanitizer? I'm sure she would definitely appreciate that. I'm being funny about that part, but I really am proud of both of the girls. Not many people can say when they reach 16 that they've had their own business for the last 4 years. So, quite an accomplishment. And Tyler, I hope you're having a great time. So yeah, I'm pretty much talking to myself today. Since Tony is not here, but it's all good. We still gonna chop it up and talk about. I figured today we could talk about some credit. So I went back to some old slides, oldies but goodies, that I had about credit repair, and our do it yourself credit repair kit. So let me just close this real quick and get back over to the studio. There we go. Okay. So and I didn't even introduce myself to anybody. If this is your first time here, my name is Melissa King. I am a home-based business owner with myEcon. I have been a home-based business owner for the last 8 years. 8 years of educating people on credit, on how to shift your income, how to accurately complete your W-4, how to build business revenue, how to where to go for information on how to invest so that you can get some residual income. Residual just means making money while you're sleeping. To me, that's the best way to make it. As you can see, our daughters have started their own business, but before they were CEOs, they were employees of myself and Tony. So we teach you how you can hire your child. How to pay off debt. We provide software for you to track your expenses and income and make sure that you are audit ready should you have to go through an audit. Now, I personally, in the last 8 years, have not, and I'm hoping I'm not jinxing myself, but even if I am, I have good record keeping. So anything that I have included on my income tax, I have what I need to back it up. So Tony has gone through audits a couple of times since being in myEcon, and he has had no issue. So consider joining our team right now. We are having a holiday promo. And when I say holiday, y'all, you know, it's only Christmas a week from yesterday. That means that the new year is 2 weeks from yesterday. So the holiday promo will be leaving when the holiday leaves. So keep that in mind, because right now you can join myEcon, and for the first 30 days anyway, the startup cost will cover you for the first 30 days, $9.95. Now, if you do not have $9.95, I can provide you a coupon that will allow you to sign up for only 95 cents. So, you know, out of the goodness of my heart and the generosity of my soul, I am willing to share that with anybody who's ready to start their business. There are so many advantages to having a home-based business and being able to have tax deductions that are not available to you if you don't have a business was what drew me to the business. So when I tell you it was worth back when I joined 8 years ago, it was $179 to get started, one-time fee. And I would pay it again if I had to. Luckily, you do not have to pay it. You can get started between now and the end of the holiday promo for $9.95. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's do a quick let me jump into this credit repair or the credit information. I'm not gonna give you the whole breakdown, but I just want to go over some quick tips and things of that nature. So let's Hewlett Packard, please work with me here. Don't embarrass me in front of the people. Stay, work. Okay. So y'all check this out with me. So the slides, I'm just gonna kind of talk through them. It's been a while since I looked at them, but the information is still good because I just did this, I think, back during the summer. The information is still good. I just gotta wake my brain up. So, okay, 4 ways to pay monthly bills on time. One of the key factors to maintaining good credit is paying your bills, your monthly bills on time. Now, the best way to make sure that you are doing that, let me give you 4 of our suggestions just to get you started. Okay? So, 1, make a list of every bill. Okay? Now, you can make that list on paper. If you're like me, I'm really big on Excel spreadsheets. I'm a spreadsheet person. You can create your own Excel sheet. Another thing you can do, your phone. Set up reminders on your calendar on your phone so that when something is due, you will get the reminder. And even though you'll be getting a reminder, you can also look up a calendar and just have a visual of when everything is coming due. So make a list. Next step, find out when your payments are due. So it's not important just to track them, but it's also important to know when they're due. Now, if it's something, for me personally, I have a lot of bills that are auto draft, so I don't really have to worry about when to pay them. But certain ones, I still like to go in and pay, myself. So for those, I do utilize my phone so that I have a reminder to pop up maybe 2-3 days ahead of time saying, hey, pay your utility bill. Hey, it's time for you. I have a Sam's Club membership. It's time for you to do your annual Sam's Club membership. Whatever ones that you don't have on automatic. And even with the ones on automatic, it does not hurt to have those on your pop-up too, because it's automatic, but you might not be thinking about what you got coming out since it's automatically drafted. So it doesn't hurt to have a reminder. Okay, next thing, add your payments to a calendar. Hey, I'm ahead of myself. That's what I just said. Add these payments to a calendar. You can either do the phone calendar, paper. I love an Excel calendar. Okay, streamline the payment process. So when we say streamline the payment process, we're basically saying decide how you're going to do it. If you're going to put it on automatic draft, set it on automatic draft and leave it there. Make sure that you have know which accounts. A lot of us have multiple bank accounts. I know myself, I have a couple of different ones that I pay different things out of. So, make sure that you have in the process when it's coming out, how much is coming out, and which account is coming out of. So if you know that every time, you won't have any surprise, at least especially on, the month-to-month stuff. So make a practice of doing it. What we got next? Okay, so on the next one, I just kind of pulled up, like I told you, I'm an Excel baby. I love Excel because it thinks for me. I can hit that sum button, and I also have the option to color code things. I'm big on visuals where there are colors. So let me just kind of give you a brief breakdown of what I have here. And see, the fact that I've used colors tells me things without me having to actually even look at it closely. So with and I have had this same spreadsheet. If you'll see, the row number at the top is 3,438. So that is the 3,000 plus line entry, which lets you know that this goes back a ways. I think I started this particular spreadsheet probably in 2015 or something like that. So I'm sure if I scroll back, I could go back that far. I keep it up to date. I make a habit of checking my account on a daily basis. Now that might seem obsessive, so you don't have to do it daily, but I have paid enough overdraft fees in a former life that I feel like I need to check quite often because things will pop up and surprise you. I'm not into surprises when it comes to my money. We don't need no surprises like that. So what I have here, I put payday at the top of the line, and then I put the following payday on the line down from there. So, and then any accounts that I have that are repetitive, this isn't like, I don't put things on here like going to get something to eat or whatever. These are like expenses that I know I have to pay every month. So here I've got the accounts that are color coded green as far as the type. Those are investment accounts. So I'm putting money in Acorn. I'm putting money in Primerica, T. Rowe Price, a couple of different places, and the green lets me know without even looking at them how many I got coming out during this pay period. Anything in blue, I know it's coming out of one account, a specific account. And then anything that's highlighted in yellow, I know that it is coming out of a different account. I put like a little A out to the side to let me know that that's an auto draft. Anything that does not have an A, I've got a reminder popping up on my phone, and I've got this to remind me that I need to pay that bill. So yeah, it's pretty much just and then as things come off, you'll see I put cleared here. So yeah, I've got savings account, credit card bills, utilities, cable, car insurance, things that come out every month. So it's very important to track these things. And like I said, no surprises. Surprises are not fun when it comes to your money because very often it's not going to be a positive surprise. You're not just going to open your account and somebody and made a mistake and gave you a bunch of money. But it is altogether possible that something came out that should not have. That's more like, okay, so here we talked about having a budget. So now I kind of wanted to veer off and talk about the benefits of having a good credit score. Okay, here we've got some examples. First benefit, get better rates on your car insurance. That is extremely important. And you know what? That just reminds me. I'm saying this out loud so I can remember to do it because I looked at my car insurance. Like I said, I look at my account every day. So I saw yesterday where Progressive had taken my car insurance out, and it has gone up by $12 since last month. So I got to go in and see what that's about and see if maybe it's time for me to look into changing insurance companies and stuff because they will sneak that up on. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is not what I've been paying. So last time I called, I'm like, look, I ain't got no tickets. I haven't been in any accidents. So why did my rate go up? And they were basically like, ma'am, it's cost of living. Everything is going up. It's not due to anything on your part personally. That's just where the economy is. Everybody's rates are going up. Now, that didn't make me feel better or anything, but it does tell me it's time for me to maybe do some shopping around. So keep your options open. That's another good reason to stay on top of your bank account. Okay, next we got increase your approval chances for rental applications. Okay, so if you're apartment hunting, been there many times, you want to make sure that your credit score is good so that you can get approved because a lot of times that is what will make or break the deal when it comes to people renting you an apartment. Next, get better interest rates on your mortgage. Okay, so if you're past the phase of rental and you are buying or building a house, then you really want that credit to be on the up and up because it's at this point that they're going to decide how much interest, what percentage of interest you're going to pay. And even though it's backwards as I don't know what, the interest is higher for people with credit that's not as good. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what makes you think somebody whose credit isn't as good is going to be able to afford a higher interest rate? But it's almost like that interest rate is just a slap on the wrist or punishment or something like that to remind you to improve. So, and there's always, I hear a lot about people refinancing. So it's entirely possible that even if you already have a house, if you improve your credit, you may want to refinance and see if you can get it at a lower rate because now your credit is better than it was before. So it's amazing how those three numbers can make or break you decide how you're going to live because, it's entirely possible. We have a lot of subdivisions out here now. So you can have two people with the exact same housing plan. If everything's the same from the moment you walk in the door to when you walk out the back door. But because person A's credit is better than person B's, it could be a difference in a couple $100 on your mortgage. And see, I would hate to be the one that I'm like, no, we're living in the same doggone house. His mortgage is $1,200 a month. I'm paying $1,500. That would bother me because I'm like, I don't have no more extra perks. It's not like my house is better. We have the same house. But the determining factor is the credit, those three numbers. So you want to stay on top of that. Okay, next, improve your chances of getting hired. You know what? I don't agree with this one because I just feel like unless you're working somewhere where it's possible that you're doing, I don't know, accounts payable or something like that, I just don't see how, if I'm working, say, at a grocery store, why does my credit matter? I can still ring up, I can still stock shelves, I can still do whatever I need to do, whether my credit score is a 550 or 850. So I think that is a little bit biased and a way to kind of exclude you on some stuff. But these days I have heard where people are checking your credit before you start a job. Now, like I said, I can see, depending on what the field is, maybe that might be important, but I just think a lot of these jobs, credit should not be the determining factor if I can do the job. So anyway, that's me throwing my own personal opinion in there. And you know what they say about opinions. So, okay. Next, pay less for security deposits. Okay. There are a lot of places where if your credit is not as good, they will still approve you, but they're going to charge you a higher deposit rate because they feel like it's more of a risk to let you get approved or whatever. So that may be another way that they slap you on the wrist. They give you, I might have to pay no deposit. And the person with the credit history may have to do a $350 deposit. I know when my credit was not as good, because it has not always been perfect. I remember getting my utilities started when I moved somewhere, and I actually had to put down a deposit of like $150. Now, it was one of those things where I think a year after you've been there, they kind of give it back to you, but still, now when I moved here, I didn't have to put down a deposit at all because my credit is better. So, things like that matter when you're trying to get your business done, and it's like, I can't do this until I do this, and they want this. So I've been there, I know that headache. Okay, last it says improve your chances for credit card and loan approval. And you definitely want to do that. You want to be approved first of all. And then once you're approved, you want to be able to get the best rate possible. So the better your credit is, the higher your chances are with that. Next slide, what we got. Okay. All right, so the next slide is just kind of explaining about, I was showing how if you have a good score, a lot of times companies or stores will reach out to you and make you an offer that they don't offer other customers. So this is the one particular one where they were offering me, let me see what it was. This is Old Navy, and they were offering me some kind of deal because my FICO score was 814. So let's see. Like I said, I haven't looked at these slides in a while, so let me see. It says low rate promo offer on all new purchases. It says enjoy a 3.99% promotional APR on all new purchases for 7 months with your Navy's Rewards MasterCard. After that, standard rates will apply. Y'all always read the small print. Small print is always important because they telling you something they hope you don't see. Okay, so pretty much this was an offer I got saying that I could lower my interest, the APR rate on my card for 7 months. And, that makes a difference. Like if, if you're school shopping, let's say I got this offer and it falls in line for when school starts or even around the Christmas holiday like it is now, having that low rate promo will give me less of an interest rate. And maybe I can go ahead and pay that stuff off before this promo is over because it says it's only going to last for 7 months. So, I mean, every little bit helps. So it may not be a huge incentive, but at the same time, it's still an incentive. Okay, what's next? All right, so this just shows, I was showing you that I did go ahead and enroll and register for the offer. And it says when the promotional period ends on March 1st, 2024, at that time, let me see, the standard variable purchase APR in effect at that time, currently 29.99 will be applied to the remaining purchase balance. Okay, so basically it's saying once that 7 months is up, it's like Cinderella at the ball. Everything go back to normal. So things like this, if you get an offer, please make sure that you read everything. Because it's like sometimes they'll not tell you little details, but it's not on them to do that. You have to investigate and read and make sure that you are understanding exactly what you're getting into before you agree to something. So I know I read for a living, so Lord knows I don't want to read nothing I don't have to. But when it comes to my money, I will sit down and read and highlight and make notes, and for something like that, say like right here, it's saying it's going to end March 1st, 2024. What I did, and I did do this, I remember doing this. I went in on February 15th, and I put a reminder on my phone that the promo ends March the 1st. So that's me letting myself know I get paid every 2 weeks. If I do it on the 15th, that should give me a whole pay period to figure out if I do have a balance, let me go ahead and pay that off. Or, don't buy anything else after blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's just another way to kind of track everything. But please read. All right. What do we have here? All right, so yeah, this was just where I had calculated if I were to go out and buy $500 worth of items, And at that adjusted rates for the promo 0.0399, it would be $19.95 as far as the APR. Well, once that ends, the same $500 purchase at 0.2999 would be 149.95 in interest. So I just wanted you to kind of see how, even though it doesn't seem like it may be a lot, every dollar that you save is the same thing as earning a dollar. So there's a big difference between $19.95 and $149.95. Okay. So what we got? All right, 6 things that can hurt your credit score. Okay, there are a lot of myths about things that are good, bad about credit. And one thing about this company, now, I did not create these slides. All of these slides came from the back office of my business. I took them and created this presentation, but what I'm telling you this just to say, I have access to that anytime I want to, teach a class or provide education. All I have to do is pull the slides out and let them play. You can do the very same thing if you decide to become a myEcon associate and you want to start teaching people, especially young people. I really want to reach out to the younger ones that are just finishing school and just about to get started on these student loan payments or whatever they got going on. Because see, had I known this type of information back then, I would definitely be in a better place now. So I really want to reach out and make sure that anybody that's fresh out of school or a young couple that's just gotten married, learn the basic information on things that can hurt your credit score. So let's look at these we got. Just one late payment. Now, we all know, and it's the biggest, one of the big misconceptions is that the only thing you need to do to have good credit is to never be late. That is very important, but it's not the only thing. But this is the number one thing that we have listed here. It says just one late payment can hurt your credit. Okay? Not paying all of your bills on time. All right? That'll hurt your credit. Applying for more credit. Now, if you are already stretched thin and you've got 10 credit cards that are almost maxed out, please do not apply for more credit. Try to get a handle on the credit you have. Don't use, I know everybody's heard the term robbing Peter to pay Paul. Don't do that with buying and creating a whole nother bill by applying for more credit. There are times when you want to apply for credit, but to me, if you are already stretched thin, don't do it. Even if you think you can get approved, because you just add to your debt. Okay, canceling your zero balance credit cards. So that can hurt your credit. What I have found out, and I didn't know this at first, a lot of companies will close your account due to inactivity. And it's not that I just haven't bought anything. Maybe I hadn't bought anything. One of the ones that does it has done it to me a few times. And because I don't go to JCPenney all the time, when I do get ready to go, I'm thinking my card is still good. It got closed due to inactivity. So if I go in there, I've got to start again. You know how they are. You can save 40% if you apply for it. But, my thing is, I didn't tell y'all to cancel it, So that kind of teaches me, pay attention to things on your credit that you did not close. And if it's one of those accounts, because you want to have, like I've been shopping at JCPenney since I was in high school. If I still had that same original account, that would look very good on my credit history, because that would mean that I've had an account with them for 40 years and it's not negative. But because they automatically clip my wings when I don't use it, and what I need to do is, like, sometimes just buy one thing a month. It might be something that you can pay for, but something to keep that account active, because longevity of your credit card accounts is very important. That's one of the 5 things that they look at when calculating your score. Okay, transferring balances to a single card. So they're saying that can hurt your credit. I haven't done a lot of that, so I can't really speak on it. I'll transfer some things over, but I think I'm not sure exactly what the situation would be that would make it Worse, I'm not afraid to admit that I do not know everything, but I guarantee you that I have access to find out why that is not a good thing. So just for now, though, I'm going to read it and I can research it and check it out later and give you a more plausible reason why that is not a good thing. But if I had to, just out of common sense, I would think that maybe I'm trying to think of a situation where that would be a bad thing. Because my reason that I would do for transferring it might be if I can get, a lot of times they'll tell you you can go for a year with no interest. So I don't think it would be an issue to take a bigger balance, put it over there, and then pay it off over there. But I'm sure, like I said, there's something to this, and I need to find out what makes it a bad thing. Okay, so is that the last thing? No. Ooh, I don't even think we have to tell you this one. Co-signing for someone's credit application that can hurt your credit. And when I was younger, I got a car and I had a relative to co-sign for me to get that car. And I got behind on my payment and I felt really bad about that because it didn't just affect my credit, it affected hers. So be careful, even if I'm not telling you what to do, but some of us have grown kids, we have grandkids, we love them, we want to help them out, but think wisely before you co-sign something. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, next slide. What we got? Next slide. Surprising ways to increase your credit score. Okay, so these are going to be ways that you may not know, and some of us are more aware than others, so it might be something you do know. Okay, it says surprising ways to increase your credit score. Keep your old unused credit cards open, and we kind of just talked about that. So, like I said, you might definitely want to pull your credit report, but check your credit report and see if any of the accounts that you are good with have closed. And it may just be it's their policy that if it goes inactive for so long, they close it down. So if you know that, like I said, you may want to just make a purchase here and there just to keep that credit line open, because the fact that you've had it for a long time and you don't owe any money on it is only going to help your credit. Okay, be a good tenant. Okay, don't be late with your rent. That's kind of common sense. Okay, become an authorized user on someone else's credit card. Now, this I can attest to. My daughter has had her own credit card now since I think she got the first. I added her as an authorized user for the first one, probably when she was like 7. And since then, I've added her to another one. So what that does now, what that will do is if you are the authorized user, and this is the important part, make sure it's somebody whose credit is good and stays in good standings. Because just like if you're the authorized user and that person pays their bills, you can benefit from their good credit. You can also, if they run into a situation, you can also go down the drain with them if they mess up. So my thing is, if you are an authorized user, if you do it like I do it, you will never get a card. That person will add you on their account as an authorized user. They will keep the credit card. But like I said, if I am keeping my credit at an A+ rating, because you're an authorized user, your credit gets to come along with mine. So you're growing and making yours better just by being on that account with me. So my goal is by the time Tyler or Naya finishes school, she has a good credit score. And because she's had the card since she was 7, she has a good credit history. Because some of the hardest, a lot of times when young people get out of school and want to start with their credit, they don't, it's hard to get credit not because your credit is bad, because you don't have any at all. So it's important to establish a credit history. Okay, what's the next thing? Return your library books. Seriously. Now, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't think I have any outstanding library books, but apparently they track that and that can go on your credit. If you do not return them, that can be a negative thing. Okay, don't forget about store credit cards. I kind of talked about that with the JCPenney thing. And ask for a credit limit increase. this is a good thing too, because with your credit limit increase, I told you about how longevity is something they look at. Another thing they look at is debt to credit ratio. So if you only have, let's say you only got one card, and that card has a $5,000 credit limit. You paid it on time, in good standing. Go online or call and ask them, can you raise your credit limit? Because right now you only have that one card, and depending on what your debt is, like if it's a $5,000 card and you owe, let's say you owe $700 on it. So your debt is $700. Your credit is 5,000 minus 700 would be 4,300. So that's your debt to credit ratio. Well, if you go in, even if you still owe that, I forgot the amount I said. Did I say 7? Even if you still owe the 700, if you go in and you get that credit limit increased to say 10,000, now your debt to credit ratio looks even better because you've got $700 of debt, and instead of having 4,300 in credit, you now have 9,300. So your debt to credit ratio has improved because they're looking at, out of all the debt out of all the credit you have, how much have you used? So that's important. That's one of the 5 things they look at when they're calculating your score. So you want to keep that low. Good way to keep it low, whatever card you have them increase the limit. Now, when they increase the limit, don't go and increase your spending, because that will defeat the purpose. You want them to have more credit and lower balance on the card. Okay, what's next? Because we are up to 41 minutes, and I don't want this to go over now. Okay, so this was just showing where I think this is where I added Naya to my credit card as an authorized user. Oh, no, I think this is about points. So another advantage of having credit cards is some of the cards have a point system. So that's another way for you to have an additional stream of income. You may not think it's an additional stream of income, but look at it like this. I have, with one of my credit cards, there's a point system. So like for however much I spend, they give me points towards purchases, and I usually use those purchases on Amazon because I am an Amazon girl every now and then. So let's say, based on my points, I got $100 spending credit on Amazon. That's free money just for me using that card. And see, as long as I pay that card off by the end of every month, there's no interest. So basically, they just gave me $100 for spending money that I was going to spend anyway, because this particular card I only use for gas and groceries. So whether I use my card or use my cash out of my checking account, it was going to be the same result, because with me paying that off, there was no interest. So if I spent $300 on the card, I pay that $300 off. That's the same thing as me spending $300 cash. Only difference is, for that $300 cash, I got points that gave me money to spend somewhere else. So I'm making money with that particular step. Okay. So I don't want to jinx it. Let me not say nothing. So here, okay, this is where I was showing. This is how I went in and made 94 an authorized user. There was a area where you can go to contact, when you're in your credit card thing, you can go to contact us or whatever. So I went there, filled out the information to add her as an authorized user. So now when you look on here, it shows myself, Melissa King, and then Nayapu. We are both authorized users for this Old Navy card. So whatever credit history I have with this card, she also has. Now, she does not get to touch the card, but she does get to enjoy the reward of my good credit. So there's that benefit. Let's see here. Next, we have, come on now. All right. So let's see. This was just kind of, this looks like a statement from a credit card. from my credit card online payment. I'm trying to figure out why I included this slide. Maybe to show the point, but okay. I do have thank you points with this card. So I'm thinking I was just trying to show you guys that the point system. Oh, it was. I'm sorry. Let me go back. It showed at the bottom that I had 15,000 points. So those points will translate into money on Amazon and whatever I was going on there to buy. Now I don't have to come out of pocket. I'll use my points, and the same thing as money. And I think this was around the time that they were having those. Yeah, this was around the time they were having those Amazon day sales or whatever, where they give you a couple of days. You have like, I think, a couple of days to go on and get like really good discount purchases. So my thing was, I was an Amazon Prime member, so I had access to it through that. But the best part was with the point, things that are already marked down, I can take additional money off. Okay. So here is just, I think at the time I was looking into trying to get a new desktop or a laptop or something like that. So here I had $121 in City Rewards points. And like I said, I just got this money for spending money that I was going to spend anyway, because this is the card that I use for gas and groceries. So whether I use this card, I'm going to spend money on gas and groceries. So it's just a win-win that I get the points and, I get to use the card. So let's see. Next, this is just where I was kind of going to show you how, the computers are already marked down for this Amazon Day thing. And then I was going to show you that I can take the extra $121 off of whichever one I choose and, get an even better price. Okay. All right. So here we have 4 common credit repair myths. Now, if there's nothing else we know how to do, we know how to tell somebody what we heard. So a lot of times, it may not even be our own experience, but my cousin or my coworker or my auntie said, and you're telling this to people, and people will take it as the gospel truth, even though you don't know whether that person really knows what they're talking about or not. So here are some of the 4 common credit repair myths. 1, opening many lines of credit will increase your credit score. No. So the reason I would say that's a myth is because if you open all these lines of credit and you max out all these cards, that is not a good thing. So they also look at as far as like running your credit. If you're opening these lines of credit, they are running your credit score or running your credit, which also affects your score. Okay, closing credit accounts will increase your credit score. That is a myth. That's why I was saying, if you have an account that you've had for a long time and you haven't bought anything, don't just cancel it because you're not using it. By keeping that account, and especially if it's one where they don't care whether you need to use it or not, they're going to keep it open for you. You are showing longevity of how long you've had an open account, and that counts as a percentage of creating it's like one of the 5 things they look at in calculating credit score. Okay, so let's see. You can increase your credit score by removing negative accounts. Okay, you can increase your credit score. Okay, so they're saying that's a myth. I think, I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna say what I think they're trying to say about this, but I would rather look it up and tell you exactly what they say about this before I sit here and guesstimate. But keep that in mind. They're saying it's a myth that you can increase. I guess maybe what they're saying, okay, taking those off won't raise your score, is what they're saying, I guess. Paying off loans early will boost your credit score. Now, this part I do know something about because I paid my car off early, and I just knew, because I paid it off a year early after I joined myEcon, and I just knew that was going to raise my credit score. Well, that car was the only, there's two things when you talk credit. There's revolving debt and there's installment debt. Revolving debt is credit cards, store cards, things that you're just going to continue to use and make payments on. Installment debt would be like when you finance a car or you finance your home. It's like you're making installments over time to eventually pay off this balance and be done with it. So another area that they look in that you may not know, one of the 5 things they look at when they're determining your credit score is your credit mix. Now they usually recommend that you have, at least one installment debt. And see, for me, because I rent, my car was my only installment debt, and everything else was store credit. They were in good standing, but my credit mix, there was no mix. All I had left was revolving. So it actually lowered my score. And I learned that the hard way, because I'm like, wow, I thought it was a reward for me paying off early. My points would go up, but you have to have a credit mix. You want installment and you want revolving. Because I guess in a way it's showing that you can manage, you're juggling all of that and you're not dropping the ball. So that's a good thing versus you just got one ball in your hand, you just keep throwing it up and catch it. You know what I mean? You're not really juggling. It's easy to just throw up one thing and catch it versus having 3 different things going at the same time and you never let a ball hit the ground. So that's how that works. All right, and I think this is my last slide, which would be perfect because it's almost up. We're almost at an hour. So mistakes to avoid. Okay. Hopefully this is the last slide. Okay. So mistakes to avoid when you're in the process of repairing your credit. Avoid talking directly to debt collectors. Number 2, don't agree to anything unless it's in writing. Okay. So when they're calling you and they're trying to get you to agree to tell them, send it to you in writing, or something that that's recorded. Don't just do it verbally. Okay. So don't close any credit card accounts. So if you're in the middle of trying to fix your credit, don't close your account because I've said a couple of times you need the longevity. So don't close them. All right. Don't charge them up or raise your balance, but just don't completely close it out. All right. Don't apply for a major credit card. Okay. So if you're in the process of trying to improve your credit, hold off on applying for a major credit card right now. Get a secured credit card to build your credit. Okay. So if you're trying to repair your credit and let's say you don't have any because, past history or whatever, you can always try and get a secured credit card. I know there's a lot of those. I've done that in the past where I get the card, they give me maybe a $300 limit. But of that $300 limit, I have to pay $149 just to activate the card. So now, even though I haven't bought anything, I'm starting off my $300 limit credit card with a balance of $100 and some dollars. May not sound like the best scenario, but you're trying to repair your credit. So go ahead and make those payments. Pay that off. Even when you pay it off, charge something, pay it off. You want to make it active, keep it active. But sometimes it's just the route you have to take when you don't have any other way to get your credit started. So that might be something young people who are starting out might want to do too if they don't have any credit, because no credit is in some cases worse because they don't know what you're going to do. You have never been trusted with a credit card. You have never had to get a credit card. So, that's a big risk versus somebody, they can look at your credit history and say, they fall behind sometimes, they usually pay. If you got no credit, they don't have anything to go by. So that's why sometimes it's a little harder to get started with credit. I know my first credit purchase was back in the day. I graduated in 92, so y'all know I'm old. But back in the day, we had a Friedman's jewelry store in the mall. I went and got me a herringbone chain. I financed that chain. I think it was like $300. And I made the payments on it till I paid it off. And that is how I started my credit. So sometimes you have to do that. Like go to a furniture store, buy a bed, make your payments on it. That's installment debt. That the herringbone chain was installment debt. So that's the start. Quickly remove negative interest. Okay, so if it's something on there that you can get taken off that's negative, go ahead and get that taken off. That's basically what they're saying. All right. And that really is the last slide. So we made it all the way through. Now, that was not this was not like a full credit repair like what comes with our company, but it does come with a do-it-yourself credit repair kit. I just wanted to kind of give you some information that you will be getting when you become a home-based business owner with myEcon. This do-it-yourself repair kit comes with it. It's free for you. This is also a product that we sell. So if you know somebody that's interested in buying the kit, we sell that, you get a commission for it. If you get into the business and you decide you are really good at this, you can start your own business and you can charge people to fix, help fix their credit. Because even though it's a do-it-yourself kit, there's a whole group of people who have no interest in learning how to fix their own credit. Even though that's a good thing, they would rather just pay somebody. So if they're going to pay somebody, why not let them pay you? If you've already gotten in, you've done yours, let's say you did your son, you helped your sister out, it comes easy to you. That's a talent. Take that talent and let it make you some money. Whatever the competitor is charging, charge $50 less. If they paying somebody $500 to do it, tell them you do it for $450. And then that money is yours because that's your profit. So that's 3 ways with the credit repair that you can make income. First one, when you improve your credit, that's going to improve your score, which is going to lower your payment and get you better rates, which is going to put money back in pocket. Second way, if you sell it to someone, you get commission on the sale of the kit. And the third, if you take it, start your own credit repair business, you're making money off of it that way too. So myEcon teaches you strategies on how you can improve your finances. And one of the strategies just happens to be improving your credit. So, Tony, I missed having you to bounce ideas off tonight, but I don't know when he's coming back. But even if he's not back, I will be back on Thursday, and we'll talk about something new. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and for anyone who did come through, I did see a couple of people were on, but nobody did comments. So whoever did come through, thank you so much for coming. If you catch the replay, please like, subscribe, share. And if you are interested in learning this information along with other information to improve your finances, reach out to me during this holiday promo. Get started for $9.95. If you don't have $9.95, I have a coupon that will get you started for 95 cents. And you can come in, see everything our business has to offer, and try it out for 30 days. If after 30 days you decide it's not for you, cancel it. And you've only lost 95 cents or $9.95. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will see you on Thursday. So let me get us out.
Thank you for being a part of the conversation. Now, are you ready to start your home-based business? If your answer is yes, contact Tony or Melissa to get started today.